Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom half of the first. If you're just tuning in or have been tuning in the last 10 minutes, we've had some technical difficulties here and finally have the audio working, hopefully so. Just to catch you up, Farmers went 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. They are the visiting team tonight in this matchup against the Canton Eagles. 2 quick outs for the Farmers after a hit by pitch. Audio should be working now, as I've been confirmed by Mr. G. So, I blew a lot of hot air that top half of the inning, so. He did go on the check swing. Number 5 there, Braden Norrell, the catcher for Canton. I believe that's Reed Vannersdale. Yes, it is. That was hit by pitch. Sky down the line to right field. That is going to be foul. That could have went either way. From here, I couldn't tell if there was grass in between that chalk line, but they did call that foul. So Irwin's on the bump tonight. He gets another opportunity. Irwin set. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Norrell. That curveball just misses the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Curveball again misses up and away. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Big shout out to Mr. Tony Gray and the firefighters at Station 4 there in Plano. He's having to work tonight. So I know that they're going to be watching this. That ball is kind of fisted over to second base. Graves makes an easy third out for the Farmers. So 1 stranded after 1 complete. 0-0 here in the first. We'll be back here in just a moment for the top half of the second. Stay tuned. We are back here in the top of the second. Jordan Fuller is leading off this inning for the Farmers. 3 up, 3 down for the Farmers in the top of the first. Just a quick tidbit on the Lady Farmers softball. They failed last night 5-1 to the Van Vandals, and they are currently leading 9-7 in the top half of the sixth. Runners on first and second. Sandoval hitting there First pitch to Fuller. He fouls over to the right side. Falls behind quickly, 0-1. Same pitch, same scenario. Fouls it over to the right side. Falls behind quickly, 0-2. Lady Farmers are in a 3-game series as well. Swing and a miss there, drop third strike. Going to get the tag out there at the plate for the first out of the inning. Next up, pitcher, number 14, Mason Irwin. Parker set to deliver first pitch. Fastball low there. Ball 1. Parker's a pitcher that gets set rather quickly. Doesn't take too much time getting the signs. Fastball fisted off of Irwin's bat. Slowly chopped over to second base for an easy put out. 2 quick outs there by the Farmers here in the top of the second.
Now hitting number 4.
Brings up left fielder, number 4, Braden Malone. Another senior in the lineup for the Farmers. If given the opportunity, Jahir Venegas is on deck. 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the second. First pitch from Parker. Swing and a miss by Malone, 0-1. Hard hit back up the middle. Past the diving glove of the shortstop for the first hit of the game for either team. 2 outs, runner on first, brings up Venegas.
Center fielder, number 15, Jahir Venegas.
Braden with a nice lead there at first. Parker set. Check swing by Venegas is called strike. 0-1 on the first pitch. Fastball misses up and away. Evens account, 1 ball, 1 strike on Venegas. 2 outs with a runner on first here in the top of the second. Parker with a quick look over to first as Malone takes a significant lead. Fastball just catches a corner from the umpire's advantage. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Venegas. Here, Lady Farmers now lead 10-7 in the top of the 6th. That fastball right down the middle is not going to be one that you can look at, especially in playoff baseball. It's live or go home. So after 1.5, 1 stranded, no runs. We'll be back here in just a moment for the bottom half of the second. And we're back here in the bottom half of the second. Leading off, number 22, the right fielder, Justin Dyke for the Eagles. 0-0 here in the bottom of the second as the first pitch to Dyke is a fastball in the corner, strike one. Irwin's on the bump tonight for the Farmers. Barry at first. Graves at second. Fuller at short. Johnson at third. As that fastball catches the corner as well. Same pitch, same result, 0-2 quickly. Malone in left field. Jahir Venegas in center. And Caden Norman in right. Brady Gray behind the dish. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Tried to get him to chase up and away. He did not. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nothing wrong with that pitch, putting it up and away. Fouls that one off to the right side. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curveball got him on the hands. Swing and a miss for strike 3. First strikeout for Norman on the evening.
Now hitting number 3, center fielder, Caden Smith.
Next up for the Eagles, number 3, center fielder, Caden Smith. Here's a pitch from Irwin. Curveball catches the zone. Quickly ahead, 0-1. Fastball for Irwin just missed inside. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Irwin's been a great left-handed asset this year on the mound for the Farmers, as well as Caden Norman, who's playing right tonight. That fastball missed inside. Almost catching the jersey of Smith, but did not. 2 balls, 1 strike. Chops that one foul to the backstop. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Chop slowly to Jordan. He charges. Ooh. Barry made a great stretch as that ball was kind of thrown as Jordan was on the run. Again, great stretch by Barry there at first. 1, to keep that ball at first, but 2, he did everything he could to keep the toe on there. Umpire did say he pulled off, so.
Now hitting number 8, Brody Lewis.
Coach Norton's going to get a little more of an explanation. Next up, number 8, Brody Lewis. He's a designated hitter for Will Robinson, playing left field tonight. Runner on first. That curveball catches the top of the zone. This is a little bit taller batter here, so. Mason Irwin has been one of those pitchers, as well as Caden Norman, that's been very successful, is getting first pitch strikes as he gets another strike there on the swing and a miss. Lewis falls behind quickly, 0-2. Payoff pitch misses up and in. One ball, 2 strikes. Gray sets up on that outside corner. Good spot. That's exactly where he wanted it. Tried to get him to chase. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Lewis. Lewis, a big body on the left-handed side of the plate. And he watches strike 3 as it breaks in there. Great pitch by Irwin. Another strikeout, second on the evening. Brings up Logan Fagley, the third baseman.
Hitting number 2, third baseman, Logan Fagley.
I believe his brother Landon was the leadoff tonight. He's playing shortstop, or a family member of some sort, I would guess. First pitch gets him fouled back to the net. 0-1. Quick throw back over to first, keeping Smith honest as he reached on the E6 just a moment ago. Breaking pitch misses up and away on Fagley. Evens account, 1 ball, 1 strike. We've got 2 outs, runner on first here in the bottom half of the second. Going to be a bloop hit just behind first base, and that's going to be foul as Barry got turned around, made a great effort, unable to make the catch. Fagley fights to live another day here. Brings a count 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. Here's a payoff pitch from Irwin. Breaking pitch just misses outside, evens account, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Quick look over to first. Irwin delivers, swing and a miss for strike 3. His second strikeout of the inning, second on the inning, third on the evening. So still no hits by Canton. Error there leaves a runner on at first. No runs, no hits. We'll be back here in just a moment for the top of the third. Stay tuned. Welcome back here to the top of the third. In this bi-district playoff matchup between your Farmers and the Canton Eagles. 8-9-1 going to be here due up for the Farmers. In the top of the third, Caden Johnson leading off, number 22, our third baseman. It's almost like Parker gets set with a sign already. Fastball in there for strike 1, looking. To Johnson. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses just low at the bottom of the zone. Evens account, 1 ball, 1 strike. Graves on deck, back to the top of the lineup. Fastball in the dirt outside. 2 balls, 1 strike on Johnson. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Fastball just missed the zone. First 3-ball at bat, I believe, by Parker. 3-1 on Johnson. Set, delivered, 3-1 pitch. After that first strike, it was a 4-pitch walk to Johnson. Brings up number 7, second baseman Paxton Graves. No outs. Graves showing a bunt. Pulls back as that pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Johnson with decent speed at first. Conservative lead. Gets another step there. As Parker takes a quick look over his shoulder. Graves shows bunt again. Pulls back. That pitch catches the outside corner with a fastball. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs. Caden Norman, top of the lineup, is on deck for the Farmers. Graves showing that bunt again. Lays it down to the right side very nicely. And he's safe at first. On a throwing error by Parker, that's going to move Johnson up to third and put runners on the corners for Graves. Like they say, you put the ball in play, you got a 50-50 chance. So still no outs here in the top of the third, because that's going to be an E1 on Canton. As Graves leans off first, gets his sign across the diamond from Coach Norton. Well-placed sacrifice bunt by Graves, who's struggled offensively this season. Caden Norman in the box. Had a ground out to second base his first time up as that first pitch is fouled back to the backstop. Brady Gray on deck for the Farmers. Caden Norman. Ooh, that was a close play. Possible second error by Parker there as he throws it low to the first baseman. You know, with that runner going down first like that, and that ball's being thrown down the line, it's a quick throw. A lot of times there can be errors. Obviously, we saw on the play before, but that sack bunt by Norman moves Graves up to second. Johnson still at third. Leaves first base open, takes away the double play opportunity as there's 1 out. Here in the top of the third, Brady Gray had a strikeout his first time up this evening. Wind is settled down here at North Forney ISD. Still a little overcast. First pitch from Parker's low in the dirt for ball 1. Great scoring opportunity right here for the Farmers. Good call by the umpire. That ball missed about 2 balls outside. As Gray jumps ahead quickly, 2 balls, no strikes. Gray and ACU commit to Abilene next season. Senior that's going to be dearly missed. Definitely has the opportunity here to do some damage. Hard hit down the first base line as he just misses that fastball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's a 2-1 pitch from Parker. He takes a quick look to third. Brady just misses that one, fouls it off to the third base side over the dugout. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. One out, runners at second and third. Here in the top of the third. 2-2 pitch from Parker. Swing and a miss by Gray. Johnson's going to, and he's safe at home. Norton's going to hold Graves there at third. We'll take it how we can get it, ladies and gentlemen. Your Farmers are first to score this evening. On the pass ball, swinging strike 3 by Gray. Goes to the backstop. He's safe at first. Canton head coach going to take a quick timeout here and regroup with his infield, as there's been some situation where they look like they've kind of fallen apart there, as Nord's going to bring a couple players here together. Chit-chat about the situation. We appreciate you guys tuning in this evening. Give you viewers an update. Top of the 7th. Your Lady Farmers lead the Van Vandals at Heath Rockwall Heath Stadium tonight, 10-7, as they fell to them last night, 5-1, on some really good pitching from the Van pitcher. She's actually back on the rubber tonight. It's not a mound. Potter really had the Lady Farmers number last night. Runners on first and second with Carly Deeds batting.
First baseman, Colin Berry.
Well, after that quick coaches meeting, on the mound for the Eagles, Colin Berry in the box for the Farmers, number 5. He grounded out to shortstop his last time up. Runners on first and second. Gray took a big secondary lead. And that first pitch in the dirt, good block by the catcher. Or that would have been another scoring opportunity for the Farmers, as Graves with decent speed. He's going to get me for that one. On third base. 1-0 pitch from Parker. Low out of the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Parker struggling a little bit here in the top of the third. As he set pretty there in the first and second with shutout baseball. Almost 3 up, 3 down both innings. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Chopper to second. Goes to 2. He's off the bag. Brady is safe at second, and that scores Paxton Graves there as they take a 2-0 lead here in the top of the third. And he did pull him off of the bag. You know, a lot of times the umpires will give them the dragging foot close to the bag, but that was significant. And I've got bad eyesight, and I saw it from 75 feet behind home plate. So after that run scores, we lead 2-0. Barry on first after the error by the second baseman. Gray's on second. Jordan Fuller shows bunt, and that ball goes straight to the backstop, moves the runners up. Second and third, still 1 out. And another score and opportunity for the righty Fuller. Bases are loaded for the Lady Farmers tonight as Bella Holland is up, and they lead 10-7. Here's a 1-0 pitch from Parker. Hard hit down the third base side, just foul over the coach's box there, or excuse me, just in front of the coach's box, actually in front of Coach Norton. Evens account 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Runners on second and third. Double play is out. Jordan showing bunt. He's going to pick. Great heads up play by the first baseman, because if he touches that fair, Brady Gray scores with ease. But he wisely let that ball go for the second strike of Fuller's at bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Parker gets his sign, slowing things down just a little bit. He comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Fuller. That breaking pitch misses widely to the right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 1 out here in the top of the third of this bi-district playoff. Infield is in for the Eagles all the way around. Playing on the grass as Fuller lines that one straight back to the net. Still remains 2-2. Mason Irwin is due up next for the Farmers. He's on deck. Braid Malone in the hole. Good job by the Farmers this evening, being selective on pitches, battling through at bats. As that could have gone either way. We've seen them chase them, but that ball's low in the dirt outside. Brings the count full on Fuller. No pun intended. Here's a payoff pitch from Parker. Fuller puts a charge into that to the left side. Coach Norton's going to tag Brady Gray. He should score with ease. Not sure what Barry's doing there, as he's going to get tagged out, but that run will score at home, as the umpire just signaled to the booth. I understand Barry being a little aggressive, but we did get a run there. So a 3-spot in the top of the third for the Farmers. Great job by playing heads-up baseball. Couple pass balls, couple errors. We'll take them how we can get it. But after 2.5, your Farmers lead 3-0 against the Canton Eagles. We'll be back here in just a moment. And we are back. If you are just now tuning in to us, your Farmers put a 3-run spot in the top of the third off a couple errors and a couple passed balls by the Eagles. And we'll take them how we can get them. Chase Whitehead, the first baseman, takes first pitch, and that's the first hit for the Eagles this evening, as he chops that one hopper on this turf right over KJ's head at third base. Nothing he could do about it. Double play opportunity here for the Farmers. Back to the top of the lineup for the Canton Eagles. Shortstop, number 6, Landon Fagley. He grounded out to KJ there at third base, his first time up this evening. Another hit by pitch by Irwin. Fagley with a little glance over to Irwin. Nothing's going to happen there. Next up for the Eagles, here in the bottom of the third, second baseman, Reed Vandersdale. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning by Irwin. Brady Gray takes a quick trip of the mound just to settle Irwin down just a little bit. Irwin, one of our top pitchers this season for the Farmers. We've got a plethora of lefties. Runners on first and second. No outs. Here's the first pitch as he shows bunt. Fastball misses just out of the top of the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Not sure where that one missed. 2 balls, no strikes on Vandersdale. Runners on first and second, no outs. Still showing bunt. He pulls back. There's looking strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's a 2-1 pitch. He shows bunt again. He pulls back. That breaking pitch just comes in and catches the corner. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the second baseman. Irwin gets a sign from Brady. Quick peek to second. He comes set. Payoff pitch. Back pick to Brady. To Barry. Little rustle and tussle there between Fagley and Barry at first base. Full count on Vennersdale. Here's a payoff pitch. He's going to bloop that to right field. Barry's trying to track it down in foul territory with plenty of room over there. Unable to get to it. Count remains full. Count remains full after that foul ball to the right side. Runners on first and second. Barry's going to scoot back and play behind the line. Here's the payoff pitch. Grounded to Jordan Fuller. Tried to get the turn safe at first. But we are able to get the force out there at second, leaving runners on the corners with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the third. Next up, number 15, the pitcher for the Eagles, Nathan Parker. He grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. Brady Gray stepping in front of home plate, giving the first and third signal to the field. 1 out. Runners on the corner. Still a double play opportunity to end the inning here for the Farmers. And there's a line shot. Great job by Caden Norman to come in. I thought that was going to be down. He was playing just shallow enough. And if Barry would have remained at the bag, he was doing his job getting ready to cut the ball off. But if he had been there on the bag, that would have been an easy double play put out. As Norman's got good arm strength there from right field. Another good lefty pitcher of ours also. 2 outs. Runners remain on the corners for the Farmers. Brings up number 5, Braden Norrell, the catcher. He popped out to second base to end the first inning. His first time up this evening. He skies that one to the right side, foul territory. Ball's going to be out of play as Barry chases it down to the fence. Count is 0-1 on Norrell. Be a big confidence boost for the Farmers here if they can leave these runners stranded. Put another goose egg up there on the bottom half of the inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Low out of the bottom of the zone. Check swing was checked. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sky to the right side. Norman's going to chase it down. Plenty of room. Unable to get to the fence to make the catch. Counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'd like to see Irwin throw that curveball that goes middle in. Lock Norwell up for an inning strikeout. Runners on the corners. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. A little different life tonight in the Farmers. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a payoff pitch. Fists him. Barry should make an easy play, and they strand 2. Great job by the Farmers to come out of that. With 2 runners left on, 1 hit, no runs. After 3 complete, your Farmers lead 3-0. We'll be back here for the top of the 4th. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Farmers Baseball here in the top of the 4th of this bi-district playoff round against the Canton Eagles here at North Forney ISD tonight. Beautiful evening for baseball. Slight wind blowing out of the right field from the south. Overcast. Game time was 79 degrees. I'm about done with this rain. Can't do any landscape, can't cut any sod, so Mason Irwin leading off here in the top half of the 4th. Swinging a miss, catches that foul ball straight back into the mitt. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses low and in. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. We need some of this rain in July, and we've got 8-inch cracks in the ground. Fastball misses in. Good try by the catcher to frame it on the corner. Unfortunately, did not. 2 balls, 1 strike. Need the good Lord to turn that fountain off, thankfully for turf fields. Hard line drive to the right side for Mason Irwin as he leads off here with a single. Right fielder's going to come up throwing like he's playing second base. Did not get the play. As Irwin leads off with a hard single to the right side, bringing up left fielder number 4, Braden Malone. Braden Malone was our first hit of the evening tonight as he lined one hard back up past the pitcher through the middle to center field. Fastball misses up. Ball 1 to Malone. Parker looking in. Set with a quick peek to first. Here's the pitch. Not sure if I agree with that call, but that pitch on the outside evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Your Lady Farmers just captured game 2, 10-8 against the Van Vandals, so they split the series 1-1. The deciding game will be tomorrow evening at Hawk Stadium in Rockwall Heath. I believe it's a 7 p.m. start time, same time as the boys. We'll be back here in North Forney as this 3-game series gets kicked off this evening. Quick throw back to first as Irwin dives back in there safely. Mr. B over there handling everything in Rockwall Heath this evening. Mr. G and his crew doing what they do. Fastball low in the dirt. Brings it to a hitter's count on Malone. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's a 3-1 pitch from Parker. Brave Malone puts a big swing into that one, fouls it straight back to the net. No outs with a runner on first here in the top of the fourth. Jair Venegas on deck for the Farmers. Full count pitch. Same thing, that ball's tailing. That's going to be down. Another single from Malone, who's been hot the last few games. Center field frustrated with himself as that ball was right in the end of his glove. And I think when he fell and flopped on the center field turf, ball just did not stay in the leather. Fortunate for us, it puts us runners first and second, no outs. Bringing up Jair Venegas. Struck out looking his first time up this evening on a beautiful fastball down the middle. I know he'll want to redeem himself here, so perfect opportunity to do so. Runners first and second, no outs. Catcher setting up just outside. Jair throws it down the first base line on a bunt. He's going to be safe at first, regardless of the throw. With a great infield single bunt there to load the bases, no outs. Bringing up KJ, third baseman for the Farmers. Venegas definitely wasn't looking at a strike that time up the bat. Did his job there, put a perfect bunt down the third base line. Parker got to it. Still made a throw to first, but Venegas was going to be safe either way. So bases loaded, no outs, top of the fourth. Here's the pitch to Johnson. Check swing, but that ball still caught the corner for strike one. Johnson pops out to the right side. Not sure if it's going to be in play. Looks like it's not as it sails over the first base dugout as he quickly falls behind 0-2. Oh-2 pitch from Parker. Johnson stays alive as he fouls that one straight back to the backstop. Paxton Graves on deck for the Farmers. No outs, bases loaded here in the top of the fourth. Your Farmers put a 3 spot up in the top of the third as they lead 3-0. Ball outside in the dirt, blocked by the catcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Johnson. Parker gets his sign and comes set. He slowed things down here the last couple innings. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Hard drive by Johnson, deep left field. Left fielder's going back. That's going to be a ground roll double. Great job by KJ as he scores 2 there. If it had come off the wall, it definitely would have scored Venegas with decent speed. Johnson puts a charge into that for a ground roll 2 RBI double. Not sure what we're going to, might be a discussion by the umpires, but it looks like the coach is going to make his way out to the mound. That should be a ground roll double. I saw it. I guess they're going to discuss if this was over. From my vantage point, it looked like it bounced in front of the advertisement signs there on the warning track and bounced over. It will remain a ground roll double, as we suspected. Your Farmers lead 5-0 here in the top of the fourth. Brings up the 9-hole. Paxton Graves, who had a great sacrifice bunt, reached on an error. on a throwing error by the pitcher. Get things kind of kick-started there in that scoring third inning. Parker will remain on the mound for the Eagles. Reminder, this is a 3-game series of this bi-district round.
Now batting, number 7, Paxton Gray.
No outs after that ground rule double by Johnson to score 2. Runners at second and third, another scoring opportunity for the Farmers. Graves looks at high, ball 1. There's a 1-0 pitch from Parker. In the dirt outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Graves getting out of his district slump last weekend at Edgewood on a massive 5-foot hit in front of the plate. As he gets a quick 3-0 count there as that ball's in the dirt outside. With no outs here, you're probably going to see Coach Norton give him the stop sign, as that's a few balls in a row, definitely 3 at this at-bat. But you can almost expect a fastball right down the middle from Parker. We'll see what he does here. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Same spot, outside, away about 18 inches, loads the bases back up. And we are back to the top of the lineup, and I think we're going to see a pitching change here by the head coach at Canton as he calls time again to visit the mound.
2,
We'll take a quick break, as I presume they're going to swap pitchers. And they are. We'll be back here in just a few moments. Stay tuned. And we're back here after the pitching change by the Canton Eagles as Parker gives up 5 runs on 5 hits and 3 errors. Back to the top of the lineup for the Farmers, Caden Norman. Bases are loaded here in the top of the 4th. Your Farmers scored on a ground roll double by Caden Johnson to the left field fence. That first pitch low and in the dirt. One ball, no strikes on Norman. Hard ground ball back up the middle. Coach Norton's going to send KJ from second as he rounds third. There's no play at the plate as that throw is wide to the left. Now the 2 RBI single. Caden Norman stretching that lead 7-0 as they put a 4 spot so far up here in the 4th with no outs. Runners on first and second.
Now hitting catcher, number 30, Brady, to the right.
Next up for the Farmers, number 30, Brady Gray. He shows bunt, trying to chop it down the third base baseline. Seeing that third baseman playing deep. Would have definitely been a base hit for sure. He gets that blazing speed from his dad. Chopper slowly hit to shortstop. Not going to make a play as Fagley holds on to the ball, and we have bases loaded yet again, bringing up number 5, Colin Berry, who's due for a big hit opportunity, and he's set himself up perfectly. Bases loaded, no outs. Canton's going to bring the infield in on the grass, try to get that force out at home. Lots of real estate out there in right center, as Berry has the power to put it over to the scoreboard. First pitch low and outside for ball 1. And I apologize, I do not have the name of the new pitcher for Canton. I believe it's number 14. Bryce McBain. Second pitch in there, ball 2. Check second base, third base. Here's a 2-0 pitch. 3-0. Berry, one of the few players on the Farmer roster that will have a green light on a 3-0 count. Graves at third. Norman at second. Brady Gray at first. Here's a 3-0 pitch. That's low for ball 4. That will walk in a run as Graves scores, extending the lead 8-0. Jordan Fuller in the box for the Farmers, looks at ball 1. If this was at the Bluebell Park at College Station, they would be chanting ball 6, ball 6. I think the record is ball 13, I believe, that they've chanted. Hard hit. He's not going to make the play at home as the catcher was in the left-handed batter's box. And Norman slides in before he's able to get back to tag the plate for the force out. Number 14, Mason Irwin, our pitcher, back up to bat. Base is still loaded. First pitch in there, strike 1. 0-1 to Irwin. Base is still loaded here in the top of the fourth. He skies that one to left field. Coach Norton's going to probably tag Brady, and he does. There's a throw to the plate. No play. Barry scoots over to third again. And that's how he got the third out of that inning back when we had our scoring last inning. But a 7-spot put up so far here by your Farmers in the top of the fourth, extend that lead 10-0. And I've said it before, when we hit the ball, we're a hard team to beat. When we throw our hands at things and leave bats on our shoulders watching strike three, we're very easy to beat. So put the ball in play, let them make the mistakes. So far, that's happened this evening as we lead 10-0 here in the top of the fourth with only one out, runners on the corners. That first pitch to Malone catches the outside corner for strike one. Quick check over to Irwin. That all speed just catches the outside top of the strike zone, as I think that's the first time that McBain has thrown back-to-back strikes since he's came in 12 pitches. Here's a payoff pitch. Hard hit to the left side off the glove of the diving shortstop. Jordan's playing heads-up baseballs. He's going to make a dive into third base, and Malone scoots up to second. And Barry scores from third. And Canton's going to take yet another timeout and make a trip to the mound. Not sure what Coach is going to do here at this point of the game. He is going to take the ball from McBain. So we'll be back here in just a few minutes for another pitching change. Stay tuned. After the pitch and change, number 2, Logan Fagley, looks to be the new pitcher for Canton Eagles. Jahir Venegas is the batter for the Farmers. First pitch in there, ball one. 8 runs put up here in the top of the fourth by your Farmers. Off speed by Fagley. Misses out of the zone. 2 balls, no strikes quickly to Venegas. Runners second and third. Only 1 out. Second pitch and change of the inning for the Eagles. All speed's not able to find the zone. 3 balls, no strikes. On Venegas. Another off-speed, doesn't catch the zone. 4-pitch walk to Venegas. Brings up Caden Johnson, who had a back around this inning. Had a ground rule double to the left field fence to score 2 to really kickstart the offense. 1 out. First pitch in there, ball 1. That's 5 in a row from Fagley. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Softly misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Umpire gave him that one. Looked a little outside, but 2 balls, 1 strike on KJ. If I were he, I would still be selective on which pitch I'm going to swing at. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Probably would have swung at that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes to KJ. 1 out. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Hits Johnson right between the numbers at about 57 miles an hour. Scored a hit by pitch RBI as Fuller steps across. Going to be a pinch hitter for Graves. Landon Dunham.
A pinch hitting, number 13, Landon Dunham.
First pitch to Dunham, fastball catches the outside corner, strike 1. Bases loaded here in the top of the fourth. 1 out remains as Johnson was hit by a pitch just a moment ago. Swing and a miss by Dunham. Falls behind quickly, 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Misses up and away, evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Misses low and inside, brings the count full to Dunham. Here's a payoff pitch to Dunham. Curveball misses outside for a walk. That will bring in Braden Malone for another run. A 10-run inning as Canton Eagles are going to take another timeout. Pinch runner is going to come in for Landon Dunham, Paxton Graves.
Concession stand for the rest of the inning, and next, $1
So that will
$1 hamburger. Holy mackerel, let's go get 'em.
I think during this pitching change, I'm going to go grab me a hot dog. Stay tuned. We'll be back here in just a moment.
Kids, go get 'em $1 hot dog. Pitching, number 8, Grove Lewis.
Welcome back. If you are just tuning in, you've missed a high-powered offensive game by the Farmers as they lead 13-0 here in the top of the fourth, and we are still batting with bases loaded, 1 out, back to the top of the lineup. Another pitching change by the Canton Eagles. Third this inning, Brody Lewis, who's been the designated hitter for this evening. That first pitch into Norman is inside up for ball 1. Same pitch, Norman decided to swing at it. Foul tips into the catcher's glove, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Only 1 out. Brady Gray on deck for the Farmers. First lefty we've seen tonight from Canton. Really working that inside corner. Tough matchup for a left-handed batter. 2 balls, 1 strike on Norman. Looks like a little bit more velocity here from this pitcher. Big swing and a miss by Norman. Just foul tips it into the catcher's glove again. Evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. One out. Bases loaded. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Inside as Norman turns back. Brings the count full. I think we've been in this top half of the inning over 30 minutes now. As Norman takes that fastball, fouls it straight back over the backstop. Count remains full. Irwin's going to need to jump in the bullpen, which I do believe he is, just to keep that arm warm. He's pitched 1 hit shutout baseball so far this evening. 3-2 count on Norman. 1 out, bases loaded, and here's payoff pitch. Strike 3 down the middle, looking for out number 2. Bases remain loaded, brings up catcher Going to be hitting from the right side now.
Gray.
Brady Gray. Here's the first pitch to Brady. Fastball low in the dirt. Ball one. 2 outs, bases remain loaded in the top of the fourth. And your Farmers lead 13-0 on just 8 hits. Quite a few errors, passed balls, walks, hit by pitches. Take them how we can get them. Brody Lewis on the mound is having trouble keeping his glasses on. Big shout out to Mr. Gary Gray. Went and snagged me a couple $1 hot dogs. Got to keep the face of Farmersville Radio fed. As that pitch to Brady Gray goes in there for 3 balls, no strikes. Two outs, bases loaded. Here's the 3-0 pitch. If Brady was built like his dad, that would have hit him in the gut. But it's not. And that walk gets an RBI in as Venegas crosses the plate to extend the lead to 13-0. Excuse me, 14-0. We've scored 10 runs in the inning, so the scorecard went back to 0 on the board, and we're trying to figure out how to make it back to a 1. But know that it's 14-0. Bases loaded. Colin Berry's in the box. Big swing and a miss as he foul tips it straight back into the glove for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another big swing by by Berry. He's due for one. Struggled here in district hitting this year. Been hot in the preseason and pre-district play. Kind of flattened off there during district, but definitely has the potential to put that ball over the right field fence. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Berry knew it. He's a pitcher. That curveball came in there across his belt. Strike 3 ended the inning, but not before your Farmers able to put up 11 runs in the top of the fourth. So definitely on cruise control tonight for the Farmers offensively, taking advantage of anything that comes their way. We'll be back here in just a moment for the bottom fourth. Stay tuned. It's been a little bit since I've said welcome back to the bottom half of the inning, but here we are in the bottom of the fourth. Your Farmers have spent more time in the top of the fourth than they have in the rest of the game combined. They put up 11 spot in the top of the fourth, and they lead 14-0 here in this by-district first round of the playoffs against the Canton Eagles. Second pitch to Dyke, sky to center field. Venegas makes an easy put out on the catch. Mason Irwin still on the mound for the Farmers. Next up, number 3, Caden Smith. So they're just now through the second time of the batting order. Swing and a miss for strike one. Caden Smith reached on a single there in the second on an error by Fuller at shortstop. Fastball, strike one, strike two, right down the middle. Uncontested by Dyke, or excuse me, Smith, as he falls behind quickly 0-2. Reaches out and fouls that one straight back to the net. If memory serves me correct, should be 12 after 3. Excuse me, 12 after 4. So the Canton Eagles would need to score 3 in the bottom half of this inning to remain alive in this game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As that pitch to Smith was in the dirt. Great block by Gray behind the plate. Fastball up and away, evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch just misses inside as that breaking pitch started middle. Worked too far in, brings the count full. Here's the payoff pitch. Chopper to the third base side. KJ is going to make a throw across. Will not go against him, as that was a infield single for only the second hit of the game by the Eagles. Nobody hurt here. The DH moved pitcher, Brody Lewis. He struck out looking his first time up this evening. One out, lefty on lefty matchup here. Runner on first. Curveball in there, strike one looking on Lewis. Swing and a miss, strike two, as he falls behind quickly 0-2. Game-ending double play opportunity here for the Farmers defense. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Irwin. Trying to get him a chase. That ball misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm going to go ahead and say that that runner at first does not matter. Here's the pitch. Take away the double play opportunity because that fastball on the outside corner was uncontested by Lewis. 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the fourth, as Irwin's pitch lights out through 3 2/3. Logan Fagley struck out. That's going to be popped up foul into the net. Looks like it's going to stay right there on the seam. Irwin really dialed in this evening, as he had about a 45-50 minute break there in the top of the fourth. No balls, 1 strike. Fastball misses just out of the top of the zone, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, runner on first. here in the bottom of the fourth. Fagley on the plate. And that ball misses inside as he jumps back. 2-1. Hard ground ball hit to Fuller. Should be an easy play for out number 3. And that's it. I guess that's not ball game. I stand corrected. Somebody can maybe dig up the rule on playoff run rule. They may have to go to 5 innings to do the 10 run. Not very many opportunities I've been involved in with a 14-0 4 complete inning baseball. So somebody can maybe find that. Shoot me a text. That way I can be educated. Mikey Bales. Four up, 3 down. There in the bottom of the fourth. As we've got the top middle lineup coming up from the Farmers. Lewis still on the mound for the Eagles. I'm going to take a quick break. Be back here in just a few moments. Welcome back. Jordan Fuller leading off here in the... Sorry, I was reading text from Big Bad Brian Brazel as he corrected me on something. That was a 57-mile-an-hour pitch a while ago. He said it was 58, so I stand corrected. First pitch of Jordan Fuller, he skies out to left field. They camped underneath that for an easy can of corn for out number 1. Next up, number 14, pitcher Mason Irwin. On deck, number 8, Garrett McNeese will get his first opportunity to bat this evening. He'll be batting for Braden Malone in just a moment. Just a bit outside for ball 1. Mason Irwin, another switch hitter for the Farmers. I was about to say low ball, but nonetheless, umpire had a different vantage point. 1 ball, 1 strike on Irwin. Fastball up and away, 2 balls, 1 strike. So I believe the run roll conversation I was having, or I guess not conversation, talking about earlier, was in regards to U-Trip. Played a lot of select balls, so they'll have that. Irwin gets a strike and then a 4-pitch walk. Coach Nord notifying the umpire of a pinch hit situation here. Garrett McNeese in for Braden Malone.
Now hitting number 8, Garrett McNeese.
Aaron Talley is going to come in and pinch run for Mason Irwin at first base. So it is a 10 run after 5. I always knew that. I appreciate Mr. Norman correcting me. Not that I was wrong. I just added extra information. Runner on first. Umpire is going to call time, and that is going to be a balk called by the home plate umpire. Going to move the pinch runner Tally up to second base. Here's the 0-0 pitch to McNeese. Big swing and a miss on the fastball. Misses. Strike one. Has to go 5, so it'll be definitely this inning. That ball misses up and away, evens the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Like I said, I knew it was 10 after 5, just didn't know if there was anything prior to that. I know that you because some of these super select teams out there score a bunch of runs. 2 balls, 2 strikes on McNeese. Tallies at second as a pinch runner on the balk. I stand corrected. I thought he said 2-2 just a moment ago. Now it's 2-2. I was looking into the future. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the top of the 5th. Strike 3 looking on the outside corner. Fastball catches it. For 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Coach Norton going to get some playing action for a couple of guys.
Pitch hitting number 11, Jacob Watkins.
Jacob Watkins into pitch hit for Jahir Venegas with 2 outs. Sweet little text from my wife. Her and the kiddos at home watching this evening. Watkins skies that to the left side. That's going to be out of play over the third base dugout. Blake and Lynn and Miles. Daddy misses you guys. We'll be home here in just a little bit. Looks like we're going to come home with a first game W. Oh, 1 to Watkins. Tally on second base, 2 outs. Top of the 5th. Lewis is set with a quick check to second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside, ball 1, evens the count. Lewis may need to invest in some glasses straps for his glasses. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Ooh, that was almost a balk again, and he did it. He set and then reset with his glove. So Tally's going to advance to third on the second balk of the inning by Lewis. I saw that one. One ball, 2 strikes on Watkins. Hard hit ground ball to shortstop. For out number 3, but great job by Watkins putting the ball in play. So after 4.5, your Farmers still lead 14-0. We'll be back here in just a moment. See if they can wrap this up in run rule style. Stay tuned. Welcome back here to the bottom half of the fifth. That was rather a quick inning, as we were about a 45-minute inning top of the fourth when your Farmers scored 11 runs. Mason Irwin still on the bump for the Farmers as he's pitched lights out tonight, only giving up 2 hits, no runs, and a couple runners left on. This will be the run rule inning. Second pitch in there to Whitehead. Strike one, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. And a couple singles tonight. Actually, the only 2 hits by Canton. He swings and fouls that straight back to the backstop. Off the net, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's a payoff pitch from Irwin. Whitehead skies that to right center. Norman should camp under that for an easy out number 1, and he does. 4 pitches, 1 out by Irwin here in the bottom of the fifth. 2 outs away from a run roll shutout win in this first round of playoff baseball. Your Lady Farmers secured a series split tonight, winning game 2 against the Van Vandals in Heath Hawk Stadium. They will play tomorrow to decide who advances on to the regional quarters, I believe it is. That's the area around for them. They're a week behind us. This is by district for the boys. That first pitch in there, strike 1. Second pitch to the leadoff, Landon Fagley. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Curveball catches that corner. Irwin set there nicely all night. That curveball has worked great for him tonight. And he comes back with some good 80-plus mile-an-hour velocity to lock those pitchers up, or those batters up, or vice versa. Here's a payoff pitch. He's going to light him up with a looking strike 3 curveball that catches that corner I was just talking about. Farmers throw it around the horn. Canton down to their last out here in the bottom of the fifth. I'd throw that pitch 2 more times. They just do not like that curveball. It starts out about 7-8 inches and then comes in about a ball's width and catches that outside corner. And he does it again. It's either going to be a swing and a miss or watching's called strike 3 as Irwin's quickly ahead 0-2 on Vandersdale. Rare ball in the dirt tonight by Irwin. Same pitch, just kind of come out of his hand, kind of funky there. Even Gray with nobody on base. Still throws a body and blocks that. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Chopper back to over Irwin. Great scoop by Colin Berry as he catches the throw from Fuller at shortstop on the run. Ladies and gentlemen, that is 14-0. Your Farmers obliterated the Canton Eagles this evening in the first game of this 3-game series. We will see you guys here tomorrow, same time, same location. QR codes at the gate. Ticket link is online at North Forney ISD. Get your tickets, come out to support the Farmers as they look to lock this series up with a Game 2 win tomorrow. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Mr. G and his crew, thank you guys for everything that you guys do. Congrats to the Lady Farmers tonight. We'll see you guys here back tomorrow. And as always, go Farmers.